My wife and I had just recently gotten married and we were looking into buying a new house to move into. Currently, we lived in an apartment with our puppy Coral. She was a golden retriever and we got her in celebration of our marriage. My wife and I were looking for a pretty decent sized house so we could expand our family and have children. We had a real estate agent help us look for the new house. She gave us many options and everyone seemed to have one feature we just couldn't get past. Finally, after 4 long months of searching for the right house, we found the absolutely perfect house. The house had a large backyard for Coral and 4 bedrooms with 2.5 bathrooms. The house was extremely low priced for the neighborhood it was in. It was almost as if the owners just wanted to give the house away. Of course, they told us nothing was wrong with the property, but I still had my suspicions. We moved in immediately and were extremely excited to expand our little family. My wife and I tried for a baby for over a year. Finally, my wife came home from work one day and gave me the news that she was pregnant. This was amazing news and we celebrated with a little alcohol and our favorite movie. A few weeks later, we began to renovate one of the rooms to make a room for the baby. We painted the walls yellow and bought gender-neutral furniture and baby clothes. We wanted the gender to be a surprise, so we had to plan for either gender. 4 months into my wife's pregnancy, we went to a doctor's appointment and we received almost horrible news. There were a few little early signs of a mental disorder manifesting in the baby. There was a way, with a certain diet, that the mental disorder may be reversed. The diet had the grossest looking smoothie every morning, as well as eating many other disgusting looking foods throughout the day. My wife wanted the best for our baby, so she did the diet in hopes that the mental disorder would reverse. A few long months later, my wife gave birth to not 1, but 2 beautiful baby boys. Their names we decided would be Tyler and Tyrone. They didn't seem to have any disability, so my wife's diet wasn't for nothing. The first year with my boys was amazing. They grew so much in the last year and they had 0 signs of the mental illness the doctor had predicted. I love these boys as much as any father would. My wife fed them for a while, but after only 6 months, they both were bottle feeding. My sons were intelligent too. They began speaking just after their first birthday. Obviously, they weren't able to form coherent words or sentences, but the words they said were words. Just after a 1.5 years, Tyler began sitting in front of the mirror that was in their room. Their closet doors were completely mirrored, which we never changed from the original home. Tyler would stare at himself for hours. This began concerning me, but then I thought he was learning that the reflection was himself. It did get worse though. He stopped speaking the comprehensible words he once spoke and kept making random noises while looking into the mirror. We took him to the doctors, away from the mirrors. Tyler acted normally, like the Tyler we knew. Then the doctor held up a mirror. Tyler began making the same noises again. The doctor had no explanation, and with no explanation came no cure or means of treatment for Tyler. Tyler's condition worsened, so we decided to take down the mirrored closet doors. Taking away those mirrors didn't stop Tyler. He found the bathroom mirror and somehow figured out a way to climb up on the sink. Tyler stopped eating, responding to us, and sleeping. The condition was exponentially worsening right in front of our eyes. We couldn't help him in any way, and this made us feel guilty and sad for him. We couldn't stand this anymore and took Tyler to the best psychologist in the US. This doctor wasn't much help either. He couldn't decipher Tyler's condition. No one else in the world had any history of this condition that was recorded. The psychologist did a brain scan and still couldn't even pinpoint what was happening in my almost 2-year-old baby. The only thing left to do for my son was to wait and maybe the condition would subside. We had to get rid of all of the mirrors in my house. This was the absolute worst decision because Tyler began doing bad things to Tyrone. It seemed Tyler was possessed and was slowly infecting Tyrone as well. One morning, after a night of not sleeping, We found Tyrone dead in his crib and blood on the walls spelling, "Put back the mirrors, we miss watching you." Tyler sat in the corner, mumbling with his random noises again, with blood all over his hands and face. The image of Tyrone made me absolutely sick and horrified for our lives. His guts seemed to have been removed and his insides were empty. As per request, we quickly put the mirrors back, and Tyler sat peacefully in front of his closet mumbling. My wife and I had a funeral for our not even 2-year-old Tyrone and couldn't find any sign of hope for any of us. We moved back into an apartment, leaving our possessed baby at the house, and ordered for it to be demolished. Leaving both of our babies was heartbreaking, but we had no options left. Tyler is turning 10 today, and ever since the incident, he was put in confinement for testing. He has never eaten, never slept, and is still sitting in front of his old closet mirror, which was extracted from the house, mumbling to his friends on the other side.